back, everyone. This is another episode of the Sandwich Stories, and they normally say food, clothing, shelter, and right now, Wi-Fi, internet is the basic needs of a human. And today, we're going to talk to someone who is working in one of the basic needs of the human, and he is going to let us know how he has begun something from scratch in that space and how he's trying to cater to a need of the people in specifically in Bangalore. So we have in front of me Mr. Srinivas.
Good evening, Mohin. Thanks for having me here.
So this is an online catering business, right? That you have started, and I just got to know that you have been working in a lot of industry before, sales and marketing and all that. So somewhere you would have thought that there is a need in the world that you have to begin something like this. So I'd just like to know what is the mission, or like what was the purpose that you began this with?
Well, home food is something we all desperately crave for when we are in a place away from home. Could be anywhere. And it was that need which I felt was missing. We all rush to hotels. And the fact that, in places like Chennai, you have plenty of options for home food. You have a home chef in every area, and in fact multiple home chefs in each area, so that you can choose from whom you want to order. I found that kind of a variety missing in Bangalore, and that's when I was inspired to look out for home chefs across Bangalore who could cater to this need.
Okay. So you've decided that you're going to begin something related to catering, but there are so many other ways that you could have solved this, right? Like you could have opened a hotel, or you could have opened a restaurant, or anything of that sort. But this online thing, how long has it been since you started this? And
it's about 3 years now.
Okay.
This thought crystallized around COVID time.
Okay.
In fact, a few months before COVID actually happened, I happened to go around and meet people who are in this area of home food catering.
Mm-hmm.
So I happened to come across a few home chefs,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that the distance factor from the nearest kitchen is one of the constraints. You can't have a cook in East Bangalore or South Bangalore catering to somebody in North Bangalore. So that is when I thought it would be a good idea to have an app which can identify the closest chef near you. And I started off on that project, but since I am not a techie myself, I had to do it manually. So I went about doing it manually, and that's the whole thing. But eventually I happened to start my own kitchen.
Wow. Okay. So in the beginning, when you would have started, you would have had difficulties in finding the main person who you need in a business like this is the chef, right? Like, yes. If that is sorted, if the taste is good, then everything else is sorted.
Yes.
So how did you find that first person, or like, did you yourself experiment in?
No, it was through my cousins and through friends.
Okay.
I sought the names of people whom they know, and I could manage to identify around 5 chefs across Bangalore, one each for North, South, East, and West. And I could give them regular orders, and customers were happy buying food from them. That is when COVID also happened. We had calls from people who were already in ICU or who were
in hospitals, right? Like, okay.
Yeah, who were isolated. They could not get food from outside. So we started sending them food, and people openly thanked us for the kind of service that we were doing. And from there on, the concept has now become very popular.
So it kind of reassured you that, this is working.
That we are doing something which is sustainable in the long run as a business.
Okay.
And today, thankfully, you have Hazar apps which can give you home chefs across the city.
So when you say home chef, it is, what does it mean? Someone who makes Home Foods?
Food, yeah, they don't cook like in a hotel.
Okay.
They cook homely food without adding any artificial flavors or preservatives.
Mm.
It's exactly the food that they eat at home, which they serve you also.
Mm-hmm. So, okay.
And at optimal quantities and quality.
Mm-hmm.
There's no compromise on taste or quantity.
Right. So now that you've decided that you're going to cater to Bangalore specifically, now you would have marked your region, right? Like this is the place where there is need for this kind of online service. So did you think about a target group, like like probably elders, homely, who are living without their children or bachelors for that matter? How did you bring that research in?
I actually had an open mind when it comes to the target group.
Okay.
And I realized over a period of time we have a good mix of customers, be it senior citizens, bachelors, working executives, and children. So my customer starts from an 8-year-old child studying in a pre-nursery school, right up to a 94-year-old elderly gentleman.
Mm-hmm. So during COVID time, it would have been like everyone of that
They
sort.
were on our toes those days.
Okay.
They're in peak demand. But of course, after that also it has sustained well.
Okay.
Now it's become mainstream. Earlier during COVID, it was a need of the hour. But now it has become mainstream. And because of the convenience that we offer in terms of itemized food, we don't we can offer a full meal also, but we don't mind if you order even one item.
Okay.
We can cater to that need.
So what are all the, like, just want to know
typical
what are all the
South
products?
Indian meal consists of chapati or roti, rice, sambar, rasam, curries, curd, aplam, pickle, right? And then some desserts.
Okay.
So we offer all these items on an itemized basis. You can order even one rasam if you want. And so on and so forth. Even on special occasions, we have special items like payasam, vada payasam and all. And we cater to a single person right up to 100 people. In fact, on special occasions like Onam and Vishu, we have huge orders of 150, 200 people from across Bangalore. And on those days, we have special arrangements to prepare food from a team of chefs who come from Kerala, and they prepare authentic Kerala stuff. And we have arrangements to do the packing and dispatches so that everybody gets their Onam Sadhya on that day. Okay.
So this is like on a contract basis. You found people from Kerala, or
yeah, teams come from Kerala.
Okay.
They only do bulk cooking. So they come, they prepare the food, and we have local teams to help us with the packaging and goes through delivery apps. We arrange deliveries to every nook and corner of Bangalore.
Okay. So your daily bread and butter is just, that takes care of the whole distribution. So here during special occasions, you kind of use that the lever of people coming there, and then use that distribution which you already set, that
Yes.
that network, right?
Yes.
So okay, so in this case, like how many employees do you have? What
I
runs in
have
the
a
kitchen?
small team of 5 to 8 people on a daily basis who help us with the routine activities like vegetable cutting and packing, the preparation itself, and housekeeping and other stuff.
Okay.
But on special occasions, we hire 25 to 30 people to do the same set of activities.
Okay.
The number of items on those days would be much more, like 25 items, 30 items. So obviously, we need bigger teams to handle that, which we have been doing well for the past 2 years.
Okay. So basically, online catering. If someone wants to order, if I want to order some dinner tonight, today is already 7 o'clock. So if I want to order it, I reach out to your
Yeah,
number or someone?
you generally send a WhatsApp message,
Okay.
and typically we have set menu for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any special request, we could honor that also
Okay.
with some advance notice. Like
Okay.
one specific item we can prepare.
Mm-hmm. So the cooking happens, and then delivery as such, you have third party
We have
people,
third-party
or how's it?
apps like Porter, Dunzo, Rapido.
Okay.
We use these apps.
Okay. So that is sustainable. I mean, in the sense, in terms of cost, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the cost is added to the customer in the
It
end,
is
right?
charged
Like, I mean,
separately.
okay.
If there are multiple orders in the same route,
Hmm.
we pool them,
Hmm.
in which case everybody pays much lesser.
Okay.
If it's exclusively for you, then it would be at actuals.
Okay. So yeah, you were saying about the targets, right? Like everybody's a target. So now, how are you reaching out to them? So, like, I mean, mostly these kind of things. Do you actually advertise in any way to the general public, or how is it?
It is mostly word of mouth,
Hmm.
and over a period of time, we happen to get references.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am launching my website,
Okay.
the first point of contact, and we are also on all these new age home food apps
Hmm.
like Home Foodie, Go Homely,
Hmm.
Cooker, so on and so forth.
These are apps which what is the
They are,
service that they have?
yeah, they host home chefs like us.
Okay.
In fact, they
Which
are
is what you
doing.
were aspiring to become,
Yes,
right?
I was aspiring to do one of those apps.
Mhm.
There are multiple such apps now.
Okay.
We are trying to place ourselves in these apps so that
Mm.
we are visible.
Okay.
Once somebody tries our food,
Mm.
it's our effort to help them
Mm.
come back to us again and again.
Okay. Yeah. So we were just talking about the hiring, right? Like chef mainly. So apart from the chef, who else is your like warehouses? Like, I mean, who else is important pillars for your daily operations to run?
In this food business, everybody is important,
Mm.
right from the housekeeping staff.
Mm.
Unless the kitchen is maintained clean,
Mm.
it is not in order.
Mm.
Similarly, the people who do the routine activities like cleaning vegetables, cutting vegetables, packing, they are as important as the cook himself.
Mm.
Unless they all support you well, you cannot do your job. And then comes the delivery part.
Mhm.
So you need the delivery guy to be agile, and the whole system has to work smoothly.
Mm.
Especially
But
when
that's
the
not in your control, no. So like, I mean that.
it's the whole part.
Mhm.
We need to uh, smoothen the set of activities on a daily basis,
Mm.
and that too with increasing numbers
Mm.
as we add on clients.
Mm.
But you need to maintain the same service quality and food quality,
Mm.
etc. That's the challenge.
Mm.
But I think over a period of time, you learn to cope with it.
Okay.
Because that's what you're looking forward, right? You're not looking to stay at say 25 meals per day or 50 meals per day. You want to scale up to 100 meals, 200 meals, 300 meals.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happens, obviously the number of people whom you would hire, train them, put a system in place, ensure that everything goes smoothly.
That's interesting because I mean we know that all service businesses is difficult to scale even if you want to open a different branch. Like for example, I think you have your kitchen in Indranagar. If you want to open another kitchen to cater to South Bangalore or something, you need to ensure the same kind of facilities and all the main thing, right?
Yes.
So for you to manage the chef, if suppose even the chef is not present on a particular day, your whole operations takes a big toll, right? So how are you actually keeping that system in place, or how are you managing that? In other words, is operationally, are there any difficulties like in doing something what you're doing?
One thing is you need to be good at your job.
Hmm.
You cannot entirely depend on a chef. Of course, he is there to do his job. But in an eventuality like that, you need to be able to go hands on and do the cooking for the day. Unless you have that confidence, it will be difficult for the customers. You cannot announce impromptu that today kitchen is closed.
Yeah.
So many people are waiting for the food. So that is one thing. Second is the B team. Apart from the main chef, you also have so many assistants. So if you are a cook yourself, then I think you can manage well because your team is in place. So they will help you do the thing. You can still carry on.
Okay.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Because I mean, even in our home setup, right? Like whoever is cooking, if it is usually it's the woman in the house. I mean, I'm not being a feminist here, but I'm saying so. Whoever is cooking, depending, sometimes they're off mood. Then even their best dish, right? Like whatever is their best dish, it won't be the same. So the quality is something which is the most hardest part to crack in your business.
So that is where, since I was fortunate to get my hands on to the cooking part, so now I can face that situation without much of a worry.
Okay.
And in fact, I would love to cook myself. So at times I give my person a voluntary day off and ask him to go back to his family, stay for a couple of days and come back. And I enjoy cooking those 2-3 days because that gives me an opportunity to do what I love doing.
So basically, if so is it actually hard to cook for 20 people versus 30 people?
Not much different.
No? Okay.
It's not much different. If you are used to cooking for, say, 20 or 30 people, even 100 people you can cook without much of a... It's just the proportion, right?
Okay. So do you have like quality team or like something like which you, I mean, most probably you would only do that, right? Like once something goes off your kitchen, just to ensure that
we ensure quality tasting happens. Every item is tasted and so quality will be maintained.
So for you to procure, right, like the kitchen items, like what even for the vegetable matter, you do it in bulk, I suppose, or the sourcing part.
Considerably, not very big because it's only up to 25 to 50 people per day. Up to 50 people, it's not bulk as such.
Okay.
The real bulk they say is 100 plus, 200 plus, and all that. But yeah, 250 people.
So it keeps moving, right? Like I mean, every day
we purchase vegetables. Every day we purchase groceries. We don't stock up much. The inventory is minimal, and thankfully we have a good network of vendors.
Okay.
Be it vegetables and the groceries. We don't need to stock up much.
How do you find these vendors in the first place? Like in the beginning stages?
It has been developed. The moment you keep buying from somebody, they understand that you are into the catering business, so they would offer you a decent price.
Okay.
And maintain the quality. They know what quality you expect. They will not offer anything less than that.
So normally they say, like in hotels and all, before hiring a chef, they need to be little obese, or not obese, or like they need to be little healthy to look, right? Only then they themselves are eating well, which means they can also cook well. That kind of a notion is there. So in a funny way, I'm just asking, is it there with you also, like during hiring? Do you see?
No. In fact, my cook, I used to hire my cook for special events alone. 50 plus, 100 plus. Those days when I need the help. So he has been, it's quite the opposite. He has been observing that we are doing well in this business for the past 1 year or 2 years. And we only call him for special occasions. So he volunteered to join us as a permanent cook. We are glad to welcome him into our team.
Okay. So
he is normal built. He is not obese.
Okay. Normally they say so. So in the if you go to a hotel, right, like this online catering versus a cafe or like a hotel or a restaurant. So what will be the difference? Like, wow, if someone has to look at it from an entrepreneurial angle, to open something like what you open, to start something, or versus a cafe, opening some cafe in
actually there are two opposite extremes. two ends of a hotel is an industry.
Mm.
We have tremendous respect for that industry because it's not easy to successfully run a hotel operation with so many people and the cost, the rentals, the manpower challenges and all that. But yeah, the home food is a very small business comparatively.
Okay.
Here the target audience are different, and quantities are much lower. Challenges are much more limited. So I wouldn't really compare.
Okay. Why? Because interestingly, like I was just talking to a gentleman earlier, and then he was saying that he wanted to open an amusement park or something like how Wonderla is there, for example. But he doesn't treat someone like Wonderla or Kishkinta, those people as his competition. He treats all the theaters also, anywhere people go for entertainment. So it is just not the competition within that industry, but it's what would people do if for that entertainment, right? Like so. That was interesting. So same way, I was just wondering, for you treat other home food business operators in Bangalore them as competition, or even the hotels, because people can go to eat there also, no?
Food is a personal choice, right?
Right.
So you would actually get bored eating the same food from the same person all the while. So if you get a good variety of home chefs across your area, I think you would consider them. So there's no competition as such in this business.
Okay.
It's complementary. If you are good at what you are doing, definitely people will come back to you for that food.
Okay. Right. So you're looking inwards that way, like
exactly. And if you want to make yourself more acceptable to your customers, you try more varieties, you offer more varieties, and ensure that they remain interested in you.
Okay. Okay, so that's a different way of thinking, right? Like, because it does matter how you. So there are like aggressive entrepreneurs versus entrepreneurs who are like, I mean to say aggressive meaning they want to penetrate the markets, like penetrate new areas, those kind of things.
We would also want to penetrate into the market, reach more people.
Okay.
Penetration as in reaching more people, increasing the awareness that Vidhu's Home Foods is there, and they offer this cuisine, authentic, Brahmin cuisine, and these are their special items. Okay. So that we also want to do.
Facebook, I mean, how is social media helping you? Like, I mean, you said word of mouth is one of the main reasons, right? So,
Facebook, social media is definitely very powerful. We haven't even exploited 1% of that potential. Okay, wow. And we should do that because right now we are dependent on word of mouth, referrals, and all that. I think we need to focus more on social media to increase our reach.
Okay. So technologically, I mean, you did have you were saying that if at all it will help you a little more operationally if there is some technology into way things operate for you, right?
Yes, technology is needed in every stage, right from the vegetable. I mean, the process of cooking. If we can modernize our kitchen, more of mechanized stuff, and then when it comes to the ordering process, the ease of ordering, ease of fulfillment of the order, payment. If everything is smoothened out, it will help. We are still making baby efforts in that direction. We want to launch an app where customers can do end-to-end viewing the menu, ordering, like any of the food apps,
right,
and monitoring the delivery and fulfilling the order.
So right now, how things are being done is through probably calls or messages.
It's mostly manual.
Okay.
Not automated.
Okay.
You would want to increase the automation.
I'm just curious. Do you feel that from a customer? I know it's not probably it's consuming your time and effort there, but for a consumer, is it much more closer to the person who they're talking to versus an app which is that way? Because
that option is always available.
Hmm.
I mean, you can always reach out to me to share. But most of the time, it is you would appreciate if you have the control with you in terms of seeing that your order has been accepted, your order has been billed.
Okay.
It's on its way.
That communication, constant communication.
Yes, the constant update on what's happening to your order. Now, possibly you are missing that,
right?
Because you are still guessing when my food will come, right?
Also, because it's become the best practice now. Like, I mean,
yes.
Overall. So a typical day for you, like, how would it be? Like, I mean, could you just explain the whole process of someone ordering on their phone, and what happens in background in your kitchen, and how it till the point they get it?
Okay. Typically, the menu for the next day is put by late evening. So we have orders flowing in right from the evening, night, and morning we check the breakfast orders and lunch. So typically we accept breakfast orders right up to 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and those are sent immediately. Lunch orders we accept up to 9:30. Even orders flow in up to 10.
Okay, for the next day till
for the same day.
Okay.
Lunch orders for today, we keep getting orders right up to 10 o'clock, 10:30 also. So we say 9 o'clock. And so that is prepared. The actual cooking starts around 9:30. So we can accommodate some last minute orders. And once the cooking is over, by around 11:30, we start the packing, and by 11:30, 12 o'clock, it's ready for dispatch. So we have some regular routes where we have our own delivery person who goes around delivering. For other routes, we rely on third-party apps like Porter, Dunzo, Rapido. And if there are multiple orders in a route, all the more better for the customer. So we pool those orders and send it. Typically, lunch has to reach by 1 o'clock to the customer. That's our target. Similarly, for dinner, we put menu by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we accept orders right up to 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the evening. Delivery happens by 8 o'clock in the night. That's our typical ordering schedule.
So this, you said you will decide the menu beforehand, no? So it's like Monday this, Tuesday this. You already have it in your head, or like on the go?
No. It's all depending on the vegetables and availability in the market. So next day's menu we decide today. There's no frozen schedule. Okay. Because we don't want it to be monotonous. There should be a surprise element in food. We don't want you to think every Monday I'm going to get the same stuff. No. So we keep the menu dynamic.
Okay. But that makes it harder for you, like, I mean, one way or the other, because you have to. So I'm just saying, very colloquially, it's like even for us to do work at home, do cooking at home, we have to sit and prepare today this. Okay, you run out of ideas at some points. I don't know how it is for you because you're in that business. So you already have a lot of recipes.
We have. See, typically, I don't want any item in my menu to repeat for more than a week to 10 days. Right. You should essentially forget the last time you ate that, and then only you should eat next. Otherwise, you feel bored.
Okay. So this you were saying about that operationally to run this, right? What all challenges are you having? I mean, in fact, from daily thing, like even for that matter, wastage. Is there to run to this? There must be a delivery person must be on time, things like that, right? So
operationally there are multiple challenges. One is the manpower, managing the manpower. We try to smoothen that as much as possible. But sometimes if there's some unexpected absenteeism, because they may fall sick or some emergency, they may have to leave. So we have backup. Somebody else does their job. And logistics is definitely a challenge, because especially on rainy days when apps are they don't have partners themselves. to allocate for your next delivery.
Yeah.
We try through multiple apps, and so that one of the 3 or 4 apps works, somebody turns up as quickly as possible, and the order gets executed. So these are the typical challenges.
So from the beginning, you've been relying on third-party apps, is it? Like, because you said you started in COVID time.
Yeah.
Was the plan to begin with that, or was it like you just had to fall on this as a as an
No,
alternative?
actually, it doesn't make sense to have a delivery person when your orders are all across directions. Like you might have some clusters where you have multiple customers, then it makes sense to have your own delivery boy, which has now happened thanks to all our efforts in the past 2-3 years. Now we have a regular set of customers, so we have a set route. Up to 10 deliveries can happen through your regular delivery person. But when it comes to the one-off orders or orders from regular customers, but in a certain route where you have only 2 or 3 deliveries, then it doesn't make sense to have your own delivery person. We therefore rely upon third-party apps, which works fine. Only when, like now Dunzo is going through a rough patch, so the service level is getting affected. Thankfully, we have Porter, Rapido. Right. I think more such apps are needed for Bangalore to fulfill the needs.
So typically, for you to make because you're talking about the process behind, right? Like for you to cook, how many hour orders have come? How long does it take? And then goes the delivery.
It takes about 2 to 2.5 hours for the cooking to happen from starting to finish. So typically, if the orders get delayed, then the whole process gets delayed. That's why we request customers to place orders before 9 o'clock. So that by 11 o'clock or 11:30, I am already done with the cooking and my packing can start parallelly.
So there are no cancellations and all that you face? Huh?
Like very rare. Because our ordering time itself is quite
crisp there. Okay. So, sir, I just want to transport you back to the moment you started this business, right? Like, I mean, how life was back then. Usually, it's like for entrepreneurs, it is like they start small during, selling or whatever, right? The volume of sales that they have, and then gradually it increases. But I just feel that in your case, it was it was like during COVID time, you would have had that surge in orders, right? Or how was it? I mean, please tell me if I'm wrong.
No, actually, the model was different. When during COVID times, I was only coordinating orders from multiple chefs across Bangalore. It's post-COVID that we started our own kitchen.
Okay.
And so we started from scratch. And from then till now, we have been growing steadily. Now we are geared up to handle much bigger volumes.
Okay.
And more streamlined operations also.
So the number of orders have remained consistent from the start?
Growing consistently.
Okay. So when you said that you are ready for a bigger, larger scale, right? Like what were the things that you put behind in capacity or things to be prepared for that?
Main thing is the manpower. And like I said, I started cooking myself. Now I have a experienced cook with me who can handle up to 200 to 300 meals per day. And we can add more people quicker now because we have the right contacts. We can add more people to do the cooking and hire more people to do the packing and stuff. The more the numbers, the delivery cost also comes down. So we are shortly planning to add more delivery boys to routes so that customers can benefit from a much lower delivery charges.
So today, if someone orders off route for you, like someone from deep down in my Kingeri or like somewhere, just randomly I'm saying, you would be just doing the Dunzo route or like...
We still do it. Yeah, we do get requests from all corners like Yelahanka or Kengeri. We fulfill those orders.
Okay.
One-off orders we do get.
So the challenge is that mainly that the cost will increase for the
delivery
customer.
Cost goes up to the customer. I think they would have factored that in. especially for a special occasion like somebody's birthday or
Right.
some guests coming and all that.
Mm.
If the food deserves that, they
That
don't
special
mind.
attention.
Yes.
Okay. So, were you also doing, the wedding catering? Would you be able to do that also?
We are
Like,
now equipped to handle those requests.
uh,
We have very well experienced teams from Coimbatore
okay,
and Palakkad who can come and do those events.
okay. Again, the contract, like, I mean, your.
They are all, they are into the wedding
Mhm.
field, events, everything.
Okay.
So they can come over and handle any event.
How different is it, sir, from home food versus cooking something
It's
on a large
entirely
scale?
different.
Uh,
Entirely different. It requires a very, very different approach.
okay,
So there's no comparison as such.
okay.
But yeah, that team does only that. So they know, they come equipped to handle that kind of a
Mhm.
requirement.
So, as per what you're saying, the way I am understanding is a chef who is doing this cannot do that immediately. Like, I mean, okay,
No, we cannot.
wow,
Let's be
fair.
realistic about it.
Uh,
The skills required, everything is different.
okay.
Somebody who can do a wedding event,
Hmm.
the team, it's not just one individual. They come as a team.
Hmm.
They know what they have to do.
Hmm.
So each of them has their own cutout responsibilities.
Hmm.
They do that so that the entire event passes off smoothly.
Mhm. So again, as compared this with a chef in a restaurant or a hotel, how? I mean, can they do interchangeably? Can you
Yes,
hire someone from there? No.
no. Their values, their
Hmm.
work style, everything is different.
Okay.
So, due respect to their skills,
Mhm.
they cannot, I mean, fulfill this requirement. Vis-a-vis, any home chef cannot do a hotel kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's entirely different.
Is this in terms of the process you're saying, or like ingredients that they use, or
Everything, the ratios,
ratio?
the raw materials,
Okay.
and the working hours, the
Mhm.
working environment, everything is different.
Okay.
So we have to respect those who work in hotels
Mm.
for the kind of stamina that they have and
Mm.
these things. But yeah, everybody has their own strengths and
Mm. So, again, we'll just come back to the pricing of how it is for your product. Right? I mean, I'm just calling it products, but it's all dishes, right? So, is there any subscription model that you have, or is it like on day basis?
yeah, we have a subscription model also.
Mm.
Few of our customers are on a subscription model,
Mm.
and we also have this instant ordering
Okay.
facility where you can even order one single item.
Mm.
So I think typically customers start off with this one-off ordering.
Mm.
When it comes to senior citizens or bachelors, um, they go for the subscription model.
Mm.
And once the cooking style and their spiciness level, everything is settled, they stick with us forever.
Mm-hmm. So pricing, right? Like when you said subscription model, how much does it cost? And if suppose, is it like number of dishes, number of orders,
There's
or
not much of a difference in terms of the pricing.
Huh.
It's only about the subscription model. Sorry, cut me here.
Okay.
There's not much of a difference. So
No, like I mean, what I'm trying to ask is like if I have 30 days subscription, if I'm not ordering, is it like 30 orders or the number of days?
okay. Although there's no difference in the pricing
Mm-hmm.
in the subscription model, you can always pause if you want, and especially when you are traveling out of station for a week or 10 days, you could always pause your orders. Everything is at actuals. There is no tying up. You are at utmost liberty to start and stop when you want. Even tweak your requirements. Like today, you don't want a certain dish. Most of our customers, they prefer to keep the rice themselves. So they only want the cooking stuff.
Okay. So
They
just the
only want
sambar in rasam, they'll
exactly the cooked stuff. Sorry. So we are fine with anything. Flexibility is the key. We give you absolute choice over what you want to order.
So just tell us about some of the products. I mean, like, just want, if someone is watching and they're really hungry, maybe we want to just see if they're getting some saliva on it. So just tell us what all are there.
Okay, like I said, we have this typical Kerala and Tamil Nadu cuisine. So breakfast is we have all South Indian breakfast items like vada, dosa, pongal, dal khichdi, and uttapam. Sevai varieties, lemon sevai, coconut sevai, garnish sevai, puri, sabji, puri bhaji, all this. Makor katai.
Wow, one of my favorite.
Okay. And lunch is the standard menu is rice, sambar, rasam, or korambu, aviyal, puttu, curd and aplam. On days in the middle of the week, we also offer chibele bath or puliyodarai with curd rice, sambar rice, and all these pudina rice, rice varieties for a change. Typically, it is our standard menu. Dinner, we keep the menu open. You could have any of these breakfast items again, dinner items. And we also make some North Indian stuff. Okay. Chapati is available by default every day. Yeah. With a variety of sabjis. Could be dal tadka or tomato capsicum fry, chana masala.
Getting hungry as I'm talking to you. Actually.
Thank you.
Nice. So, sir, there are different taste buds, right? I mean, we know that a Kannada sambar is different from probably a Kerala sambar or Tamil. So, even though you're working, I mean, operationally, you're working mainly in Bangalore, you're catering to different taste buds that way, right? So, how are you ensuring that you're specifically hitting what they like?
Yeah, if somebody is specific about having a Kannada menu, we have good chefs who can give exactly what you
But this goes on specific orders, no? Like
exactly.
not on daily things.
Yeah, our own kitchen is typically Tamil Nadu Kerala kitchen. Okay. But if you want a Telugu kind of cooking or Kannada cooking, we have specific chefs who can come and do that for you.
Okay, just like the Onam people you were saying.
Exactly. Come, right? Yes, yes.
Okay. So how are you handling wastages? I mean, in the sense, there must be, even though you're make to order, there must be somewhere either the users, I mean, the clients are wasting food that is not in your control. But for you, kitchen wise, what do you do?
The wastage, we need to check it at every level, right from the raw vegetable level. The best part is you cook only as much as you have orders. Keep the vegetables in their cut condition, and if there is any last minute order, you could always add the quantity. Then you can even execute last minute orders. Cooked food, you have to keep minimal wastage. So that thankfully we have been able to manage. At times there may be disappointments, but definitely not too much of wastage.
So this is like just to I mean, you're even for that matter, someone who's coming and ordering, they wouldn't know all this, right? Like, I mean, what at that point of time they just want to eat, right? So yes. What goes behind making that food that we eat every day is not something which we think about organically or like consciously. So that's nice. So again, like your whole journey, so like, how did it start? You were you anywhere close to cooking in the beginning, or did you practice it, starting to practice this?
Not at all. I am an accidental cook.
Okay.
Because one fine day when I decided the kitchen has to go on when the main chef left.
Wow.
And the next day I had an option whether to continue the kitchen or close the kitchen. It was my mother who gave me the strength to, say, okay, I give you 1 month time. This 1 month, if you master cooking and you run it successfully, you continue, or else you come back to what you were doing. So I should thank my customers who accepted wholeheartedly my food. And later I realized I was somewhere supposed to become a cook. And I'm glad I'm enjoying the journey.
Yeah, so it's like necessity is the mother of invention. That is what.
Absolutely. Maybe somewhere it was in my thing hidden inside that I can also cook.
No, actually, I mean, while talking to you, you did say that your roots are from Palakkad, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, one of the closely related person to me is from Palakkad. They don't cook. That's a story for another day. But what is it that, Palakkad people and then the cook, right? Like they are amazing cooks naturally. Is it there in the genes?
One thing is, I think, common in all Palakkad people is their taste for food. You can never fool somebody from offering the right authentic stuff. So that natural appetite for good food. And then the innate, probably it's in our genes to cook well and enjoy good food.
Nice. Yeah. So apart from this catering, right? I mean, this online business that you do daily basis. Do you also have plans to? What are your future plans? I would like to know if you want to open a cafe or a hotel yourself.
Yeah, one of the things which are the top of my mind is to have a dine-in facility to offer typical banana leaf meal with the entire spread of ours, right? A full-fledged South Indian meal on a daily basis. That is top of mind. I'm actually looking for a good place. Second thing is we are already offering traditional snack varieties from Palakkad and Kerala, like Tattai, Murukku, Cheedai, Muthusaram, Yenkudal. All these items you would have heard from your mom and grandma and all, and kind of nostalgic to have them. So yeah, we are now bringing these stuff straight from Palakkad on a daily basis. So we are also launching a lot more varieties like the vethals, the powders, the masala powders, sambar podi, rasam podi, and the whole lot of stuff from Kerala. This apart, we are also launching a website called Munchies Mantra.
Okay.
That's a more ambitious project where we want to offer regional delicacies from all across India. Okay. You could be a Gujarati, could be a Marathi, craving for your teplas and doklas, the Mewari stuff, Bikaneri snacks. So we are launching that website very soon. And with that Bengali stuff, you could get anything from your own areas. That's going to get launched very soon. Right now, we have the Kerala varieties available.
Okay, so this you're making this and then like packaging it or branding?
No, these are all sourced from the respective states. Whoever is the brand leader in those places, we are trying to source it from them.
Okay.
Like typical Dharwad peda or halwa varieties, etc. So every place we will associate with the best vendor for that particular item, and offer you. So you'll be spoilt of choice for varieties of snacks and sweets.
Okay. You're basically branding this, sir. Like, I mean, Munchies.
Yeah, we are offering it under our brand of Munchies Mantra.
Okay. And are you all trying to be in retail or like online, or how
we will prefer to do direct to customer as of now.
Through that app, you're saying?
Through the website.
Website.
Through the website, we will offer these. And of course, we'll be available on all the online portals also.
Okay.
Amazon, Flipkart, and all.
The thought behind this, I mean, was it to just cater to that the regional taste buds? Was that
no? Like, see, today we all travel. We have all traveled all across the country and the world. So we have a taste for such stuff.
Yeah.
So most of us would have spent some part of our time in life in Maharashtra or Gujarat. So you still crave for the local stuff. So why not? Why not offer what you want? And then you start appreciating that.
So the website is already out, sir. I mean,
it's almost to be launched. Okay. Maybe in the next month or so we'll launch it.
Okay.
But the items are available from Kerala. The other states, we are trying to get it.
Nice. So good luck on that venture. And,
thank you.
We will all remember that name, Munchies Mantra and Vidhu's Home Food.
Thank you.
So yeah, if anybody is home alone and looking for some good home food, if you're just saturated with the regular things that you eat, we already have an answer today. And thank you for being here. It's an amazing product that he has built, and you just have to have a taste of it to know what it is. So I would just recommend all of you to have a bite of what he has to offer, and then. Sir, thank you for coming on our show and explaining all the intricacies of what happens behind the food in the kitchen.
Thank you, Momin, for giving me an opportunity to talk to you on something which I do passionately, day in and day out.
Thank you very much. So yeah, if that comes to the end of the episode today, and if you have enjoyed this, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back after a while. Thanks a lot.